Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Tales of Phantasia. We're jumping right into this without any hesitation. For starters, we got a new enemy right here, Chimera. They're just like the basilisks, only they don't petrify. It's weird because they have larger stats, but they're not as dangerous. Anyway, last time we prepared for battle, but unfortunately lost Edward D. Morrison. This time we're going to be entering battle, I guess. Okay, that was weird. The footage was like skipping a crap ton. That was weird. Anyway, we got another enemy here in the form of the old oak. It's just like the regular oaks, and they died just as easily, thanks to my Fury slash, which is fairly strong attack. Alright, let me just get this out of the way real quick. I do apologize for how late this is going to be. I caught a massively tough cold, and I'm still fairly recovering from it. So, unfortunately, I was not really uploading stuff. I apologize. Plus, there was school and work. It was all just a big conundrum. It was an absolute mess. Anyway, with the Valhalla Plains. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing, because this is our first, I think it's our only dungeon, where enemies aren't random encounters. They're placed throughout the entire battlefield. So you can essentially choose your battles. Now, here's the problem with that, though. For one, not every enemy is optional. There are enemies that move around, which you can easily just walk around. And then there's the enemies that just stand there. The second you approach the ones that are just standing there in stasis, they will immediately ambush you. Not ambush you as in they'll be behind you once the battle starts, but you'll automatically be thrust into a battle. And you cannot run away from these fights. You have to engage in these battles. Now, with the other gimmick to this dungeon, I believe it was Lysen, he mentioned that we had 5 days in order to stop Douse's forces from getting to the castle. That's essentially what's happening here. You have 5 days, which I believe every day is I want to say, I don't know, 5 within the 5 to 10 minute range. Again, as I said, the enemies do take, you do have to fight enemies when you encounter them. The other problem is that they also take up time. So if you want to spend the least amount of time in this section, you gotta fight as little enemies as possible. If you manage to get to the end within the 2 to 4 day mark, the boss will be there and it will be time for you to fight it. If you get there on day 5, however, someone else will be there to take the kill instead. That didn't take us very long, but then again, there was only 2 enemy encounters, so everything else was just redundant as all hell. It's impressive that you made it this far. I'm Ishratu, Douse's general. Now you must die. Alright, now we got our boss fight real quick. The drakes are just, I'm pretty sure I went over these already, but in case I didn't, they're like the, yeah, I did go over these. They're like the other, they, paralyze. Yeah, they don't petrify, they paralyze. Also, in Ishratu, there are 3 major things you have to worry about with this guy. One is his basic attack, which isn't all that bad, all things considered. It's 2 fireballs that deal you for 25 damage each, which doesn't sound like a lot at all, but it does rank up, and he does attack you multiple times, which can rank up. Not to mention, since there's 2 of them, you're constantly taking damage, so that can rank up. It's just that it's his least threatening attack. The attacks you need to worry about, though, are his 2 spells. Thunderblade, which we already seen in action via Archer, so we know how deadly that could be. And then there's his new attack, Firestorm, which can attack all your all characters on the screen. Granted, that doesn't mean it will attack all your characters, because as long as Kless is far away from the rest of his party members, only they will take the damage. Granted, that's kind of mean when I put it like that, but you want to be careful with the Firestorm. It is his most threatening attack. It's not the one he uses the most, though. The Thunderblade is what he's going to be using the most often. All I really recommend is using your Ray, Luna, and whatever attacks you got with Kless. I don't think thunder or light. I'm not exactly sure or what I would recommend for class exactly. I guess Tempest would probably be your best bet because it's the most effective attack you have right now. And since it's thunder damage, it should be fine, I believe. Look, Gauss's army is retreating. Let's head back. This cold is really, really aggravating. I gotta say, this weather has been absolutely horrible lately. I don't understand what's been going on. It's so schizophrenic. Like, there'll be times where it's like raining all the time. There'll be sunny one day. There'll just be raining another 3 or 4 days. It's really obnoxious, and it's the only reason why I feel like garbage. Anyway, what you saw there was me doing a little bit of cutting. I intentionally had this planned out to be a single part. That was my first intention. The only problem is I found out how long it was going to be, and I realized, okay, that'd be kind of a dick move to pull on you guys. Like, the video will probably be like within the 5-minute mark, and I don't want to do that to you guys, especially considering how long it's been since I uploaded anything. I think we all need to recognize the contribution of Mr. Clarth F. Lester. That's a mouthful. Thank you, Your Highness. I'd like to present you with a token of your gratitude. Now, depending on how well you did, you will get a reward. Unless if you got there within 5 days, then no, you aren't getting anything. Get there within 2 to 4 days, you will receive that prize of 10,000 gout. I just made this sound like a game show. However, if you manage to do the Valhalla Plain segment within a single day, you get 50,000, which is awesome. No, they're in the sky. An aerial attack? That was probably the completely wrong voice I was giving them prior. I apologize. But, oh snap, enemies are attacking from the sky now. That's a problem. They're thinking on their feet, or I guess in this case, off their feet. Get the catapults up and running as soon as possible. Yes, Admiral. You, escort His Highness to a shelter. No, I can't desert my people in our greatest hour of need. I'm prepared to fight and die alongside you all. Yes, my liege. Now is the time to reveal to douse the power of our secret weapon. They're in danger. We've got to do something to help them. But how will we get high enough to do any damage? Let's go. I love how Clarth is very, like, non-hesitant to go into battle. It's like, yeah, let's do this thing, yeah. How are we gonna do this? They're in the air. Let's go! What? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like Clarth is not even thinking about, like, how we're gonna go about this. It's as if he knows what's going to be happening next. Foreshadowing, sort of. It's like Clarth knows what the next scene is going to entail, so he's intentionally leaving it. It's like, yeah, we got this in a bag. We don't know how, but we got this. You'll see. By the power of plot, I compel you. You go to these guys, you can buy some accessories, items, I believe food. I don't know what the fourth guy's for. I think he's just an NPC. Ugh. I don't want to recommend preparing for battle too much, but that's mainly because the enemies, all things considered, they don't give you much trouble in the Valhalla Plains. It's just that there's going to be a lot of them. Like, at the end of the day, the enemies don't pose a threat at all. Like, the old oak we already fought in the form of the regular oak. I forgot what the name was called. It's probably not just called oak. And then it was the Chimera, which is just a lesser version of the Basilisk. More powerful, but less threatening, if that makes any sense. And Kless just popped out of existence. What the hell? Kless, what's happening? And Min passes out from shock. Well, that didn't work out very well for her, now did it? Clarth, we need your help up here. But my friend is... Now is not the time to mourn. What's more important are the lives that aren't lost yet. Come on. Damn it all. Ugh. Excuse me. I'm gonna possibly cut out any time I like snivel up a little because I don't need you guys hearing that. It's kind of gross. Did Dao send you here? No, I work for Odin. I'm a Valkyrie. Odin? Valkyrie? What did you bring me here for? You need to return what is not rightfully yours. The Gungnir belongs to Odin, not you. That's not fair. Runglorm gave it to me. It's mine now. Apparently, I actually screwed this up. I gave Runglorm a male voice, but it's actually Runglorm's a girl. Apparently, when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, whoops. Hopefully, I don't get like some sort of mean comments in the comment section about that. I've got an idea. This horse could fly, right? Ugh. Confirming target. Solar batteries are 99.2%. Firing system is operational. 99.2? That's an odd number. Admiral, firing sequence begun. And it's time to see what the Mistech Cannon is all about, and, that's a big laser. It's like Goku just got onto the, damn castle. It's like, come at me, huh? Alright, let's see how effective it is. Wow, it just killed them all. Alright, I guess we don't, I guess that's it then. We won. It's over, right? Mana is disappearing. Uh-oh. Alright, so maybe this is a bad idea. Ha! Did you see that? That's how it's done. There are still more on the way. Prepare the cannon for another blast. Or let the cannon explode. Okay. What's happening? I don't know. It's overloading. No, not now, my beautiful machine! Did you see that? They were all obliterated. One more shot should wipe the others out. There's a problem. We can't use the Mistech Cannon. What do you mean? Perhaps combining science and magic isn't such a good idea. Now what? Curses, if only Kless were here. Did you call? Kless, are you alright? Kless, is that really you, Kless? I'm sorry you were worried. Kless, where'd you find that beautiful creature? No time to explain now. If we could fly, we could fight. Wait for me, I'm coming with you. With just your broom? I can't fly that high for long, but I think I can manage. Come on, let's go. You can't do this without my help, and you know it. I can lend the mage my power of flight. Thank you, Pegasus. Let's just get this over with. We're off! Okay, now it's time to take it to the skies. Alright, let me just get this over with. For one, we got Vulturas. They poison. They're just like the Harpies, only they poison. So you want to watch out for that. Now, this sequence, the idea of it, the sheer concept, the atmosphere, it all feels so good, and I love the music that plays. This is such an exciting thrill. Just the idea of being able of riding on Pegasus' back and just taking enemies out in the sky That sounds cool. Oh, by the way, these are Charons. They perform some magic spells. They also heal, and they're impervious to every magic spell possible. Except Maxwell. Well, he's not really magic. He's just a bunch of atomic atom balls all over the place. They like to, Thunderblade is their favorite. I think they do something else. I forget what it is, though. But anyway, I love this idea. It seems so cool. Like I said, idea. Here's the there are a few problems, a few hurdles that prevent this from being one of my favorite parts in the game. One, you've already noticed, we're 2 members short, so we have no white mage and we have no summoner. So things are a little bit more demanding. Also, Kless is not able to do any of his attacks. He's only able to perform basic attacks and basic strong attacks. Excuse me. This idea seems great, but the execution is absolute garbage. I hate this fight. I hate this part of the game because it's so limiting. You give me a really cool concept, and then you just crap all over my face by making it terrible. I just don't get this idea being used the way it is. I mean, I can understand the fact that Clark and Mint can't fly, but why am I limited to basic attacks? This is not fun at all. It's good on paper. It is good on paper, but it's not good. Ugh. I really hate this section. I really do. And since you're only 2 members short, you're more vulnerable to being knocked out, as you just witnessed. Archer just died. So any enemies you might have been fighting previously, I'm pretty sure we fought the Vultures and Devils prior. I don't remember though. They're a lot more threatening this time around. And we do also have a boss fight in this format, in the form of the Entrantu, which we fought earlier. I'm sure you can guess that that boss is going to be even harder. Granted, the boss wasn't that bad on ground. Excuse me again. I got a lot of cutting to do. But anyway, the fight on ground didn't seem too bad, but because of your limitation to in terms of combat, you can't do a whole lot. The really annoying part is that in a couple of the battles, Charons are mixed within the formation, which is a problem because they don't take damage. As a matter of fact, they heal whenever they get hit by a spell of any kind. So that's really, really bad. It's only worse so in the next fight with the Entrantu. There are only 5 battles in this thing, which is alright, I suppose. It's not that long, which is good. It just feels like an eternity because of the fact that you can only do so much on your Pegasus. So with this fight, we got 2 Devils, 1 Charon, and 1 Entrantu, and obviously 1 Entrantu. I'm concerned that if Entrantu just make a strategic retreat and decides screw it, I'll join the Sky Brigade, and I'll just fight you guys up there. I have the advantage. Haha. I'm not sure if his Firestorm is nullified in his fight, because I don't think he uses it at all, which is weird. It's his most powerful spell, but I'm not sure. I don't know if he actually uses it in battle. He probably does. It's just, I suppose I got lucky with this fight. It's one of those really rare things that the boss will do. Okay, so we taken out the Devils. I guess that's the first thing you want to worry about. Take out the Devils in any way you can. Ray is going to be good because Devils are weak to light attacks. It's just that Arch's AI hasn't acknowledged the fact that Charons get healed from all the spells that she inflicts on them. But excuse me. But after a bit, I think Arch's AI realizes, okay, I can at least attack Entrantu with my spells, but the Charon's gonna keep healing. So I think your best bet is to let Arche do her thing, because no matter what you do, the Charon's going to be too close to the attacks anyway. So if anything, the Ishrantu is going to go down first before the Charon. That's most likely what's going to happen anyway. Considering the fact he's constantly healing. And the amount of damage you do, that's the other thing. Our weapon of choice prior was the Mecha Halberd, which is cool and all. It's pretty powerful. Oh, there's that attack I mentioned. Oh, it's 3 fireballs. I thought it was 2. Anyway, Mecha Halberd, that was a really powerful attack. Here's the problem with this. The other problem with this fight is that you're re-equipped with Gungnir for some damn reason. You are re-equipped with Gungnir, which is obviously weaker. I don't get that. Like, what's the problem is that the second you get Gungnir, it feels like there's going to be some significance to the weapon itself, but there really isn't. You learn a little bit about it as to who owns it, where it came from, and then it's just taken from you. I just don't think it was necessary to put something like that in this game if we weren't going to have it for very long anyways. It's really dumb. Alright, so we take it out of Ishrantu, now it's time to take out the Charon. I think Archer just tried to use Tractor Beam on this damn thing. That's the other thing. It's floating, so Tractor Beam, actually, thinking about it now, maybe Tractor Beam probably would be the only thing that would actually deal damage, but it's nullified because it floats. I never thought about that. It is possible. Pegasus, we are in your debt. I was only here at Odin's request. Now I'm leaving, and I'm taking Gungnir with me. Farewell. Ugh. Kless, Archer, are you injured? Nothing we can't recover from. The rest of Daus's forces have retreated. If only we poured more resources into developing flight. You've made the king very proud. He wishes to thank you. It's too early for that. Daus is still out there. That's a much more pressing issue. Perhaps, but the battle is won for the day. Please rest, and we'll talk more tomorrow. Also, take this. It's a book of spells! This book was left on Edward's desk. He told me that if something happened to him, I should give this book to Archer. Edward. Archer learned how to use Indignation. In case you're wondering what Indignation is, it is the spell that we saw at the beginning of the game. And holy hell, this thing is powerful. It's going to be our most powerful spell for a long time. There is another spell which is like potentially more powerful, but more on that later. Let's head to Daus's castle. Now, I love how Liza said we'll talk more to tomorrow, or like the king wants to thank you and all that. But the king, for one, the king doesn't say thank you. It just says like Midgard is, we leave Midgard in your hands. And Liza doesn't really have anything to say at this point, so it makes you think, wait, what was the point of that line? If we're gonna talk more tomorrow, then we should actually talk tomorrow. Don't waste my time. Alright, but the battle is won, as they said. And, whew, it's a miracle that I survived that. I thought I was going to get a game over. Thankfully, I did not. Because I think on my test playthrough, I think I got at least one game over, but, whew. Anyway, I think we're going to end it off there, now that the war is finally over. Next time on Tales of Phantasia, the time has finally come. It is time to bring the fight to Daus himself within his castle. Until then, I get a juice.